There's one, it's called the Trash Pandas. I can't remember which team that is, but their hats were quite amusing, and I was like, I wouldn't mind having one of those.
Very cool. I like the Trash Pandas look. Speaking of, we talked about it a moment ago earlier this hour. Great night last night for Alec Burleson and Brian Packard in their games. And, by the way, they've been flashing the leather. Both of them have defensive highlights this year already.
Yeah, they had a couple of web gems. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do here.
What other numbers do you have, Shirley, from former Pirates last night in minor league baseball?
Well, Mike Wright got his first start of the season for the Charlotte Knights llast night, and he had a stellar outing. Unfortunately, he was saddled with the loss. Charlotte got shut out by the Gwinnett Stripers 4-0. But he had 8 strikeouts, allowed 2 runs on 5 hits in 5 innings. So a solid outing for Mike Wright.
8 Ks in 5 innings.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all, but unfortunately did get the loss. But here's a name we haven't mentioned other than the other night when we were talking about where he went. Jack Reinheimer is playing for the Tacoma Rainiers. And he went 1 for 5 last night as the Rainiers lost to the El Paso Chihuahuas 7-6.
Love their hats.
I know, their hats are pretty cool.
Love it.
So that's what I've got as far as a minor league update. I'm keeping a very close eye on some of our pitchers that we've got out there. Evan Krasinski has not yet made an appearance as of yet for the Memphis Redbirds. Spencer Brickhouse did play last night for the Hillsboro Hops. He didn't register a stat, though. I think he went 0 for 5. And so he's struggling just a tad bit coming out of the gate for Hillsboro. And the only other pitcher right now is one I didn't expect to have, which was Jake Washer yesterday. That completely threw me for a loop. And I actually had to do a double take to make sure that I was seeing what I was seeing.
By the way, that was, you might have mentioned it earlier. I remember talking to you about it earlier today. Mm-hmm. This was not a case where a team was up by like 10 runs.
No.
This was a 1-run game in the 9th inning. His team was down by 1.
Yeah.
But they put him in to, like, stay in the game. Like
I really have no idea how because I could not find, because even in the write-up that they do on their individual website for the South Bend Cubs, did not even mention Jake Washer pitching in the 9th inning. So there's no explanation as to why Jake took the mound. I didn't know if they had run out of relief pitchers or if there was that was my first thought was, they must have used up all their relief pitchers heading into the 9th inning, and so they had to go position. But there's no explanation other than he faced 3 batters, he retired all 3 batters, and that's that.
That's always fun when that.
And has Jake ever pitched? I don't remember him pitching here.
No,
I was getting ready to say,
no.
I didn't think he would ever pitch here in the, What are you watching?
I got a highlight coming up in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
When we're done here.
But it's always fun whenever a team runs out, unless it's your team, runs out of bullpen pitchers, and you have to just throw a rando out there. We've seen it a couple times this year in Major League Baseball.
I feel like it's happened more often.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I think Anthony Rizzo did it like maybe last season.
Struck out Freddie Freeman. No, it was like last week.
Yeah,
was Anthony Rizzo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
The last time I ever remember it happening at ECU, I believe it was when it was either Billy Godwin or Randy Mazie was here, and they brought in some position players to pitch. But I've never really seen, and that's why it threw me so hard when I saw Jake Washer on the mound, because I was like, I have never seen him pitch.
All right, is that it, Shirley?
Yeah,
Here's a minor leaguer for you. The Woodies, they're 3-0. Home opener coming up Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Last night, 6-1 win against Kannapolis. Luis Angel Acuna, the brother of Ronald Acuna Jr.
Oh, really? Plays for the
Woodies? Yes, plays for the Wood Ducks.
That's cool.
Oh, we're definitely going to have to make a trip to Kinston now.
But he's got the same exact batting stance. It's really cool.
That is awesome.
And last night, came up with the bases juiced.
This one's laced fair down the right field line.
3-run triple to clear the bases.
Nice.
He got the speed that his brother has?
Looks like it.
He's a speedy dude.
Scores well, and he's in safely.
Luis Angel Acuna. Another Acuna.
That is
folks.
a mouthful.
He will. We got to go check him out at Granger Stadium. That's awesome. And Ronald is right there at the top of the MVP race early this season with Chris Bryant and maybe a couple of others. And now he's got a younger brother trying to make it in the Rangers organization.
That's pretty cool.
I kind of want to trade for this guy right now if I'm the Braves. We want all the Acunas.
So does this mean that you are going to have to now, because you have an Acuna jersey?
I have a Ronald Acuna Jr. jersey, yes.
So are you going to have a Luis Angel Acuna
I need to
jersey?
talk to
Wood Ducks.
Wade Howe to see if I can get an authentic
Woody's jersey
Woody's
with Acuna on the
jersey.
back.
Yep.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Let's see, he's number 2. That's a cool number. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
that's not a bad
Deuce.
number.
The old
Yeah.
Deuce.
The Deuce, yeah.
Need to look into that. All right, coming up tonight, are the Hornets in action, Chandler? They got
They
the
are.
Magic.
I'm drawing a blank on who we play. An absolute
Magic.
mollywhopping of a game last night against the Chicago Bulls, who just outmatched the Hornets when it comes to size. The Hornets just struggle when it comes to a center. They just don't have anybody. They have Bismack. They have Cody Zeller. There's been plenty of times this year they've thrown P.J. Washington out there at the 5 spot. So that's going to be a concern whenever it comes to play-in tournament time, which is coming up pretty soon. I believe the 18th is the first day of the play-in tournament. So the Hornets are sticking there right between 7 and 10. Hopefully they stay there. Or, I mean, it's probably doubtful.
Need
but
to
maybe
stay in the 8 spot because if you win that game, you get into the playoffs. If you lose it, you still get another opportunity to win in.
at home.
Right now, they are 1 game ahead of the Pacers, who are like completely melting down, but they won last night.
And they have the tiebreaker against the Pacers.
So they're 1 game ahead of them, and the Hornets play at home against the Magic tonight. Pretty big favorites. Need to take care of business at home. Shirley's Red Sox will take on the Orioles. It'll be a 7:05 first pitch. We'll have that for you tonight on Pirate Radio.
Yep, we'll have that entire series here on Pirate Radio this weekend coming up. 7 o'clock airtime tonight, 7 o'clock tomorrow night, 1 o'clock on Sunday.
So who's sweeping who? It was Baltimore sweeping Boston. Boy, that is a long time ago because the Red Sox have gone 19-10 since then. The Red Sox...
Yeah, that was the wake-up call they needed. That's what it is.
They got swept, and then they turned around and swept the Orioles after that, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So the series, of course, is evened up so far as they head into this 3rd series of the season already. It'll be at Camden Yards coming up tonight. Braves and Phillies, that should be a spectacle with... the Braves opening up 100% capacity.
And thank God that Braves National Series is over.
Well, they opened up 100% of whoop ass on the Nats this week.
Hold on just a minute.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I can't argue that.
Chandler, Nationals at Yankees this weekend.
Come on now.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
It sounded good.
By the way, speaking of the Orioles, they're going to do a special presentation to John Means coming up tonight on the television broadcast, of course, in honor of his no-hitter, the first one that the Orioles have had since 1969.
3 no-hitters this year in Major League Baseball. One of them heard right here on Pirate Radio.
Well, no, it wasn't.
No, it was
Oh,
no,
crap.
because that was a day game.
We were doing the show.
It was a day game. It was a day game.
Chandler, you're here for like all this stuff. Anthony Rizzo did that? Like, we talk about it every day on this show. You had where was I when all this was happening?
We have a booty bag. We give away things on this show. You're telling me people can call and win? It's coming up.
It's
in
like
the 5
you're
o'clock hour.
not retaining anything that happens day to day.
In one
Once you
ear,
go to
right
sleep-
out the other.
You go to sleep at night, everything's washed away.
It's kind of like that with, Troy mentioned it yesterday. Like, you mentioned something to Troy, and it's like, you have a good memory. It's like, well, yeah, it wasn't one that wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
2, it's not that, forgettable.
You're getting old, man.
22. I'll be 23 in September.
Man.
Oh man!
Jeez.
I do have some pain in my right hip. I went to walk yesterday morning, and every 3 or 4 steps there would be a sharp pain in my hip.
What
Dude,
if,
you got nothing on me when
what
it
if
comes to
you're-
pain.
But what if you're aging like faster than all other humans?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
is he like what is it, that Benjamin Button?
Reverse Benjamin Button. I guess. Yeah.
No,
Well, he got younger.
he got younger.
Yeah, he said reverse Benjamin Button.
The reverse BB.
Oh man, that's not good.
You got the RBB.
and like RBB, yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
In like 2 or 3 years, I'll be like coming to work with a walker.
All right, Morgan needs to come on the show.
Oh, okay.
I think he's getting bored out there.
Either that or he's gone to sleep. It's one of the two.
Yeah, we put him to sleep.
He just gave me the thumbs up, so I think he's asleep.
Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. DJ Captain Morgan will join us. Free Beer Friday. We got our giveaway. A lot more to go on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Back with you after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
The Tarboro River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroRiverBandits.com.
Okay, let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late. You know something, Steve? Flavor Mania's about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your wild cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in zero sugar. That's what I like.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, now with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful, and that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. As the business world throws you curveballs, Select Bank & Trust is here to be responsive to your needs. Select Bank's team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank & Trust. Bank local, bank select. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock and Morgan Ahlers here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Morgan.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brock.
You got what you got going on this weekend and tonight?
Got a wedding tomorrow. Got a little church something going on tonight with my granddaughter.
Okay.
Wedding tomorrow that I'm DJing, and
you got a packed weekend.
Yeah.
Good.
Big weekend.
Good.
I like your haircut, by the way.
Thank you. I did it myself.
Did you?
After our conversation.
It's not real hard.
No. I went to bed last Friday night and was like, you know what? I'm going to get some scissors tomorrow. And I'm going to cut my hair.
Did you use scissors or the clippers?
I did scissors. I just started chopping, Morgan.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's scary. It's bad enough when you do the clippers on, like I told you this. I cut my own hair. And
yeah.
One day I'm sitting there and I'm buzzing the back of my head, and all of a sudden the gauge came off. And I'm like,
oh.
I'm like, golly gee. Shucks.
The kind of language Morgan always uses.
Yeah, and there's like a line in the back, but luckily it's up here, so I wore a hat for like 3 weeks. And
I do have an issue. So I had a mirror in front of me to see what I was doing. Didn't have one in the back. I didn't have the double mirror going. So I did take out a little bit. Can you see it? Where?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. And unfortunately, my hat can't cover that, so I did.
But if you hadn't have said anything, nobody knows.
Yeah, I did. I had my wife kind of clean up the back, and she was like, "Yeah, you screwed up back here."
Patches.
Patches. I'm depending
on your son.
I need to do some Patches karaoke. That's a go-to. That's a good one right there. All right, Morgan Ahlers is here. Morgan, we last spoke after round 1 of the NFL draft, so we did not know where Blake Prohl or where Deontay Smith would land. Now we have their landing spots, as Deontay was drafted in the 4th round by the Bengals. Prohl goes to the Vikings. First on Deontay, found it interesting. So the Bengals need help for Joe Burrow, their prized possession QB, as CJ Mayhew comes in and gets a pretty generous strike zone, but a couple of huge strikeouts with the bases loaded there, and it remains an ECU 5-run lead. They got Burrow receiver help in round 1, where they could have got a premier tackle. They go Deontay in round 4, which tells me that they like him, and he's got a chance to get on the field pretty early in his Cincinnati career, depending on what happens there.
I think Deontay's got to prove to himself that he can sustain his weight longer than he's just, okay, I'm working out for 6 months or 4 months and I'm going to put on 30 pounds. I want to keep it there. I want to keep my flexibility, keep my mobility, because his weight has fluctuated his whole career.
And he likes playing at a lighter weight, which you could kind of get away with maybe at East Carolina.
You can't do that in the NFL.
Right.
You've got to be in the 300, 310 range to be a tackle, to be able to move like that, because you're going against guys that are 250, 260 that can move and are ultra strong. And I hope he does, and I think he will. I think now that he's got the proper people around him, hopefully, and the Bengals will make sure that he stays at that 300, 310 weight.
A lot of guys have the issue, can't get rid of the weight and eat themselves. Well, okay, we're talking about athletes here. Kind of eat themselves out of position and out of the league, but he's got the opposite problem. He can't keep it on. And you said, and it's a comfort level thing too. He's got to say, okay, I can get this big, stay this big, and play this big.
That's right. And hopefully he will. And looking forward to big things with him with the Bengals.
And Blake Prohl going to get a workout and signed a deal free agent wise with the Minnesota Vikings. We'll see if he can stick there in Minnesota. Mr. Consistency here at ECU. And I said this early in the week, Morgan, NFL teams like guys that aren't going to cause any trouble. They like consistency. They like to know they can count on a guy. Blake Prohl's got all that going for him. Now can he go out there and make some plays?
Well, obviously, it's well documented, as Troy says. It's well documented that he's got the great bloodlines, and his father, his brother, and now him playing in the NFL. And the thing with Blake is, as you mentioned, he is consistent. He'll go out there, and I think this is a good landing spot for him in Minnesota. Talking with his dad a little bit, messaging back and forth after he signed the deal. Obviously they were hoping to get drafted, but the advantage of signing as a free agent later in the after everything's done, if you get drafted in the 6th or 7th round, chances of you making the team, maybe not so much. As a free agent, then you can say, okay, these are the 5 or 6 teams that are really interested in me, and where do I have the best shot as of right now to make the team? And I think Minnesota, he's got a really good shot at making that team.
Yeah, and saw the list of teams that he maybe chose Minnesota over, including my Washington football team. So he was able to get some calls, have some options, and pick the best one for him. And hopefully that works out. Could be catching balls from Kirk Cousins.
A couple other interesting signings and draft picks. You've got Cornell, of course, going to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Not a bad situation there, Morgan.
Last year, a young man, his family moved to Winterville. Noah Gray's family, I think they moved down from Massachusetts, and Noah played tight end at Duke. He also got drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he was the pick maybe right before Cornell. The Chiefs pick. So there's 2 guys from Pitt County that will be playing for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And again, like that is a fantastic spot to be. Cornell Powell did a lot to raise his profile, had some really big games and really key games. Really, yes. Was it Notre Dame? I remember he had some marquee games under the lights and raised his draft stock. And I believe I saw you talk about it, Morgan, the kind of guy that Cornell is, and you were happy for him. And his situation, if a guy goes down, he's going to work his way onto the depth chart anyway, but he could be catching balls in the most prolific offense in the NFL.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see how those guys do, and of course wishing them all the best, all the folks that got drafted and signed free agent contracts. And I believe Jake Verity's still in the process of trying to figure out where he's going to end up. I think he'll get the shot somewhere.
Yeah.
It might be, though, after the mini camps are done. Once the teams see what they've got coming back and what they've got, that's when you start seeing these kickers start going around and having tryouts.
Morgan Ahlers joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Morgan, we talked to Mike Houston last week, and he said next on the docket was a little time off and time away, but he was going to have one-on-one individual meetings with all the players, and they'll get into summer workouts. So is it kind of a quiet time maybe for ECU football? At least
officially, I think it is.
Unofficially, it never stops.
I think unofficially they're still working out and still throwing and still running and lifting and that kind of thing. But graduation happened today. I think there's going on right now as we speak, the second one. Hopefully they can get that in here this evening and avoid the rain. But it's a lot of the players. Congratulations to a lot of the guys that did graduate and walk today, and all the athletes and students that did that. It's a big weekend for East Carolina, and I think summer workouts start a week from now. I think on the 17th, maybe. I think that's right. And then they'll start back in their summer conditioning and their workouts. And of course, June's a big month for coaches and camps. And I don't think Coach Houston said they're not going to have a day off in June. So.
Yep, enjoy it while you can, Pirate players. And Pirate coaches. Once you can get back in contact with those recruits. Go ahead, Morgan.
Are we giving both of these Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade variety packs away?
We are giving 1 12-pack away of Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade.
But there's 2.
There are. But one's for next week. There's also this.
What?
This baby
is going home with you because you had it down right beside you.
It's a Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade cooler, which we will be giving away at the end of the month. So it's just kind of something to look at now.
But we're only giving one of those away.
Yes, today. Morgan. And do you want? Okay, here's why. We had this big cooler sitting on the table. The production crew said it caused a giant glare. One of the 12 packs looked kind of lonely sitting up there by itself, so I gave him a buddy.
Well, what if he's now not lonely?
We had to make an executive decision.
Morgan, do you need a free beer?
I'm kind of looking at those. That looks pretty damn good.
Can somebody get Morgan a beer?
You got the black cherry.
Yeah. Bambalam.
The original. I'm not a big peach guy. I'm not a big peach flavor.
Wow.
I'd say your peach is pretty good size.
Really, I got peach.
You have a nice peach.
I have a very nice peach. Thank you. But no, that looks pretty good.
Okay. But all right, I'll tell you
Hey,
what.
bartender, can I get 2 over here?
Giving away the shirt as well. I'm gonna hide one of these 12 packs with the shirt.
I can still see the other one.
Yeah, but that one we're giving away. That's just a box of nothing. Morgan is really eyeballing that down.
I mean, that's a good. That packaging is really good.
Okay,
good job.
Do
Bud
we
Light.
not agree? Do we not agree? Yes. Let's take a time out. We'll come back more with Morgan Ahlers here on Pirate Radio Live, and we will make you a winner. We're going to give away a 12-pack of Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade.
After that segment, what exactly are we giving away?
A Bud Light t-shirt, koozies, a new Pirate Vibes Only t-shirt, and a large pizza from Domino's.
Sweet.
We'll do that at the end of next segment. We're back with you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one day.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced and professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County Athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
In studio with Jay from Villa Verde. And Jay, a special event going on in our community this week, teamed up with F3 ENC, and we're going to be talking about men's mental well-being. What's going to be going on?
We're going to have men's workout. We're going to have breakfast. We're going to have a gathering of men from our community coming together and locking arms, making sure that every single man in our community is doing well mentally.
If you want to participate, go to f3enc.com/tribe and look for details of where this is going to be. Starts at 6:30 a.m. with a F3 workout for 45 minutes. At 7:15, there's going to be speakers from our community talking about men's mental well-being. Jay, we all need this. Folks can come out for either or both, so we hope to have a big crowd this Saturday.
We're counting on you. Step up.
Don't miss this awesome community event on men's mental well-being this Saturday. Go to f3enc.com/tribe to learn more. This event is open to all men. Go to f3enc.com/tribe.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Which one?
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
This is ECU assistant football coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Got damage? Damage from wood rot? Fixed. Damage from smoke or fire? Fixed. Damage caused by water? Fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC, restore, renew, maintain. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Got our Free Beer Friday coming up, our giveaway in about 10 minutes, so get your dialing finger ready. Connor Norby, 4 for 5, 4 ribbies today. Just knocked in a couple. Pirates actually can walk off here if Francisco hits a grand slam. Is he up? They might have just intentionally walked him, actually.
Oh, so does the run rule go for every game and not just double headers?
Yeah, every game, every conference game.
Oh, cool.
So they are up 10-4, bases packed.
Yeah,
nobody out.
Norbs is a hitting machine.
Yeah, he is a leadoff hitter with 4 ribbies today, as he just cranked a 2-run double. All right, Morgan Ahlers in studio. Morgan, you have been doing some PA this year, and you've been doing it on Fridays, meaning you've been able to see Gavin Williams. I hadn't really been able to see him since I only do Saturday and Sunday. He has been dominant all year and had a huge performance in a big game today.
He did, and I think they pulled him right just shy of the 100 pitch count this afternoon. And Gavin's fastball has been there since his high school days. I mean, they coming out, how he's got a 92, 93 mile an hour fastball. Physically, he's gotten bigger and stronger during the course of his career, but I think Coach Dietrich has really helped him with his off speed, his location, and the mechanics of when to throw that and how to throw it. And I think it's going to make him several hundreds of dollars.
Several hundred. That's not a bad.
Several hundreds of dollars.
Guess. Did you see all the scouts that were there? There were some good pictures of it earlier today. They were lined up right there behind home plate, watching these two starters.
Now, have you've been watching it the whole game?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think of Althoff, the pitcher for Tulane?
Well,
probably one of the most unorthodox.
That's how I've been describing him all week. He has the long flowing hair, and then the hitch and the giddy up with his delivery.
It's like, okay, it's almost like he's a knuckleball pitcher.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't use his whole body when he throws it, and then he's throwing 3 or 4 different ways. And
his fastball tops out at like 88, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
And so he's 88.
He's 6'4", 230.
And he throws a 81 changeup and then a slider. So he's very unorthodox in what he does, but it's worked up until today. I saw that this was just the second and third home runs he's ever allowed at Tulane. So Pirates were able to get to him today. They are up 11-4. Bases jacked for Franny, Thomas Francisco.
Does he go yard?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I think so.
Let's say he does.
I think he's going to go yard against this poor little freshman who's never pitched before in his life. He pitched in middle school.
He's like Jake Washer on the mound last night, the former Pirate.
Oh my! I'm just kidding. It's a short fly ball.
It will get a run in, and the Pirates lead at 12-4. Morgan, give me some positive ECU basketball news on a Friday.
Tony Parham
graduated
today.
Yeah.
No, that's a big deal, though.
It is, Morgan, but you know that's not what I want, but it's great. That's fine.
And also some current ECU players, too. I saw, transfer portal players. Tyree Jackson.
They still got their degrees, and they moved on. So congratulations.
And there is a Joe Dooley sighting today as he was out there taking pictures with those guys at the stadium.
Hey, it's good that he was seen. That's a good thing. You have any positive news about the current state of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be fun next year.
Okay.
No, seriously. I mean, I think there's basketball is sports is a business in college. If somebody comes and offers Clip Brock double the money to do less work than you're doing now. I know that's hard to freaking believe. Less work than you're doing now. You're probably going to take it for the support of your family.
So what are you saying?
I'm just telling you.
Whoa.
I mean,
whoa.
What do you say?
But
my issue,
with Joe, he's been a head coach down at Florida Gulf Coast.
Correct.
He's a head coach. He was a head coach here before. He's a head coach here now. That's what he wants to do. You know, if he goes back and if he were to happen to go back to Kansas, it would probably be one of these deals where he would be the head coach in waiting for Bill Self.
I'm just more so, and Bill Self just got like a lifetime contract, I believe. You know, I want to see some news about players signing, like where the incoming class. It just seems like it's been silence, and it's a little concerning as a support, like somebody who really is.
It's
into
all
ECU
COVID
basketball.
related.
Yeah,
the person that does that has had a COVID.
Shut up, Morgan.
He got the COVID and could not do nothing. He could not tweet, could not Facebook, could not MySpace.
He got it bad.
He got it bad.
All right.
He got it bad.
Morgan Ahlers joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studios.
Pirate basketball will be fine, folks.
When? Because, I mean, it I don't know. Look, Morgan, you see it more than anybody, so if you can take it, I guess I can as well.
30 years, man, I've taken a lot.
Morgan, I've watched one season of Yellowstone.
And?
Oh, it's great. I love it.
Are you getting into is it the end of season 1 where Rip really becomes one of the main characters? I think so.
Yeah. Well, season 1's been out long enough. We can kind of spoil things. So the son that was kind of on the outs has returned.
Yeah.
And he's back in the mix.
And he's one of the guys you don't want to screw with.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, they had a fight, Rip and that son, towards the end of season 1. Rip threw that fight, right, to kind of make him feel good and make everybody around say, whoa, this guy's not to be messed with. Yeah. But Rip is still the man.
Rip's the man.
According to you and Mike Houston.
Kevin Costner's still the man.
Huge fan of Kevin Costner. That is a fun, not a fun show.
And you know what's really cool about that ranch that they have out there? You can rent a couple of the houses on that ranch for vacation. And it's booked up through they had reservations, but of course now that things are opening up, it's booked up through this year and part of next year. I would love to go out there, and just see that it's a big fan.
It's really cool. It's kind of a modern Western-ish, if you will.
It's a modern Game of Thrones.
Yeah, because
no dragons. You got buffalo.
You got a screwed up family, which no matter if you're in Dragonland in the Netherworld or if you're in the mountains or in the west and the plains, screwed up families are everywhere.
Yep, and you got people trying to take over your land and groups of different.
It's fun. It's good stuff.
I'm gonna tell you another one to watch.
All right,
it is For All Mankind. It's on Apple TV. For All Mankind.
That's one of the only. Whoa. He just had a catcher slip and nearly take his pitcher's head.
Killed his pitcher.
It's not great playing conditions out there right now at Clark LeClaire Stadium, as the Pirates are a base hit away from wrapping this one up 10-run rule style. We'll see if that happens. Apple TV's that's like that, and Hulu are the ones I don't have, the services.
Well, Apple TV, there's a show called For All Mankind. It's one of these alternate universes.
I like those.
What would happen.
Yeah.
And it starts out with the Apollo missions, and I think I might have told you that to start out, you see the first landing on the moon, and you see the person get out, and he plants a Russian flag and not the United States flag.
And so it's and there's also one on Amazon about if the Axis powers won World War II.
Man in the High Castle.
Yes. Have you watched that? Did you like that?
Yes.
I hadn't watched that yet.
Ending a little wonky, but it's very good.
Yeah, I like the alternate history stuff. It's pretty interesting.
Yep.
All right, there's TV Talk with Clip and Morgan here on a Friday. Morgan, I know you got to head out, so we're going to let you leave, and we're going to give away this beer before you crack it open.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did you say we could crack it open?
No. Shirley, open up the booty bag for us, ma'am.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Here you go, folks. Free Beer Friday. A 12-pack of Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, Bud Light T-shirt and koozies, new Pirate Vibes Only T-shirt, and a large pizza from Domino's can all be yours if you are caller number
12.
Wow.
12.
What a curveball.
What is that, like 32?
12. Caller 12, 317-1250. Morgan, I will talk to the higher-ups and make sure we have some cold ones in the fridge next Friday at 5 o'clock.
Let's just do like Natural Light Ultras. Real beer.
Okay, we'll talk about that off the air. Right now, we're giving away...
Cold. I mean, that looks good.
We're giving away the awesome Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade.
Yeah.
Correct.
That looks good.
We will have some cold ones for you next Friday when you join us. Take a time out, come back. More to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
You can't outwork us. We all have this passion for this radio station, but we also have a passion that, our names are attached to this thing, and we're not going to let this thing slip through our fingers. So I think that's really the foundation of our success, is that we work harder than anybody else.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard, across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Looking for a professional to take care of your commercial properties or personal yard? Gatlinburg Lawns is here for you because customer service is number one. Gatlinburg Lawns specializes in commercial and residential landscaping design, mulch, hedging, sod installation, pine straw, tree planting, and much more. If you need landscaping help, call Gatlinburg Lawns today for a free quote. 919-647-6193.
Gatlinburg Lawns, we make it pretty.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Come into CPW's today and take a ride with them on their Road Food Tour Seafood Edition. Make plans this month for a pit stop at CPW's and enjoy some of the best dishes the road has to offer. Start off with a rich and creamy bowl of she crab soup or the Bamonte scallops and pancetta. Try these great dishes and more this month at CPW's. And make sure to join CPW's on Tuesdays for date night. CPW's, Stanton Square across from the hospital in Greenville.
Pirate Radio.
We have a standard for the way you're going to play, and we're going to start making sure that we point out those that are meeting the standard, and everybody else has to rise to that. You have to. There is no choice. You have to rise to the standard, because the standard is what wins.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. It was a good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 229 points and closed at 34,777. NASDAQ was up 119 at 13,752. And the S&P was ahead 30 points at 4,232. That's your Wells Fargo Advisor stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. And congratulations to Steve Hill, who picked up our Free Beer Friday giveaway, a 12-pack of Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, Bud Light T-shirt and koozies, a new Pirate Vibes Only T-shirt, and a large pizza from Domino's. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome back into the show.
Was wondering what was happening over there.
Yep, we had that stare down, and Shirley gave me the "it's not me, it's you" look. And I looked down, and sure enough, it was me. All right, congratulations to Steve Hill. Coming up at the end of this month, we're giving away this sweet cooler. If you're listening to it, I'll tell you what it sounds like. If you're viewing, you can check it out yourself. It's like I've never seen anything really like it.
It's actually, if you've ever seen the old school coolers, like the old Coleman coolers from way back when, it kind of reminds me of that.
I love this little bottle opener on the side.
Oh, I didn't know it had a bottle opener on the side.
I don't even know how to open it.
Now that's a cool gadget.
Chandler, you're weird sometimes. Hey, I don't know how to open this baby. What if there was like beer in here and I really wanted one and I couldn't get in it? Uh-oh.
Oh,
you broke it. All right, I'm in.
What's inside?
It is empty at the moment, but at the end of this month when we give it away, you can put some ice in this baby. You can put some Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade in it and have you a good old time.
Some bird.
Put some ranch on it.
Put some ranch in it.
Put some ranch in it.
Speaking of which, we got our weekend review coming up. We need to hit that right now because we're running out of time here on the show today. So we've had some great guests, great interviews this week.
Wait, there is one thing we got to do.
I know. You want to do that real quick?
You want to run through,
Chandler,
let's do it.
Run through it. Come on, Ring Girl, let's go.
Make this quick.
Get up! What are you doing?
Put them getaway sticks into motion, boy.
He's getting, he's hit. How many days until kickoff? Oh, he's got his chest hair out. He's got the chest hair showing. 119 days away from kickoff. ECU taking on, oh, this is gross. ECU versus Appalachian State. Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, my God.
Pirates Mountaineers, 119 days. Thank you, Chan Man, for that. There is your official countdown.
This is what happens on Fridays.
Yeah, we're feeling it today. Shirley Rhodes, let's hit it. It is our week in review. Let's recap the week here on Pirate Radio. All right, let's kick it off on Monday's edition of the Brian Bailey Show. Donnie Kirkpatrick, ECU offensive coordinator, joined Bailey for the entire hour. Great show. On Monday, Donnie, probably of all the ECU coaches in the history of ECU football, the best to talk to, and he was no different on Monday. Great conversation with Double B.
We're taking your questions and comments on our Facebook Live page. We've got one coming in saying, wanting to know the biggest difference in the play calling from 2020 to 2021. What's going to be the biggest difference in Donnie K's playbook coming up this year?
Going to call more touchdowns this year.
You got that figured out. Which page you found which page of touchdowns come on?
It took a couple years to find that thing.
That happens.
We had it rolling up there at James Madison. Somehow the movers lost it or something there. We pulled that one back out. Now we're going to go back and start averaging about 40-some a game. But, I think probably the one thing offensively we concentrated on this spring was going back to working on the passing game a little bit. Coming in, we had to fix this run game here. We just didn't feel like we were ever going to be good enough to win until we could run the ball a little bit better. And, defensively, that's going to help us. Team-wise, it's going to help us. And then it's going to take a little pressure off Holton, so that he didn't have to be the only thing out there. And I really think the run game improved. And then I felt a little bit our drop back passing game suffered a little bit, and that's the hard part. It's hard to be really good at everything. Sometimes it's just hard to be really even. It's good enough to throw it, good enough to run it. So this spring, our depth at running back was a little bit down. We had Keaton and we had Raji, and we didn't really want to get them too beat up. So we really took the time to concentrate on, now let's get the passing game back worked out to even better than I thought it was the first year, and we really did a good job of that this spring. So now the key getting back to next season is being able to run it and throw it like that equally as well. But we got to throw it a little bit better than we did last year on third down, because we suffer. We're usually really good on third down, and we weren't as good on third down last year. So more big plays is what we're looking for. That's the other thing too. Need to stretch the ball down the field a little bit more. We need some playmakers to step up and get some of those home runs for us.
Everybody I talk to says, tell Donnie to keep the SMU playbook handy.
Yeah, that was a good one. That one, if it was only that easy, sometimes the players just run them better, I guess. Sometimes maybe the defense cooperates a little bit better, but we sure did play well that day. It was hard. That first half's about as good a half of offensive football as a team could play, and so I do think we've been saying that we're getting the talent, we're getting the ability to do that. We got to find the consistency level that we have sometimes, obviously in some games, and we got to keep that momentum going.
There's Donnie Kirkpatrick from the Brian Bailey Show. We also talked some ECU football and ECU athletics with Ryan Robinson on Monday. He joined Troy D and I on Pirate Radio Live, and here's how that sounded.
It's special to be here, and I'll be honest, I was a little bit late just because our phones, today was our priority deadline, and they have been ringing off the hook with Pirate fans.
All right.
So it's a great day.
And I wanted to have you on today with us to talk about that, so because there's probably a lot of people that are busy. They live in busy worlds. Kids play sports, different things, and they lose track of deadlines. When you say I'm one of these people, I was like, all right, I got to do this today, and I ran out of time. And I didn't do it. You came in, I'm like, can I still do it tomorrow? If someone's out there listening that's like me, when you say priority deadline, you're talking about ordering season football tickets for ECU football. The deadline was today.
For priority,
which means if you want, if you were a season ticket holder, you want to reorder your tickets. You were supposed to do it today, but you're saying they can call tomorrow and their seats will still be there.
But the main thing really is, it really gets us a good idea. Let's just take, for example, the Townbank Tower. We're fortunate. The Townbank Towers, all of our suites are sold out, all of our loges, and a lot of people called today with that, making their Pirate Club contribution, their season tickets, and it kind of gives us an idea of where we're at. Please give us a call. We will be there all week. Our phones were, I can't say enough about the Pirate Club staff. They were on the phone all day.
Because I know someone's out there like me listening going, oh, God, I forgot to do it.
Yeah, call. I think the biggest thing is as we go through the process, you're going to start getting people, whether it's later this week or next week, they're going to call, and they might say, hey, these are the seats I want, and Troy Jeffers hasn't paid yet. You don't want your seats. But we also understand everybody's busy. They got a lot going on. I think today when I left, we were just over 10,000 season tickets, which is really good. Now, we want to get, people always ask, hey, what's your goal? Well, I would love to get to that 14,000, 15,000 range. Now, we do have a summer ahead of us, but usually this month is when we'll sell kind of the most as you get toward the deadline. And the reason I say this, and I know, Troy, we've talked about it, is, if you can sell 15,000 season tickets, it's a little bit easier when people say, hey, we're going to have 50,000 in there for South Carolina. Well, that's really hard when you only sell 14,000 season tickets. because that's a lot of single game tickets that got to be bought.
Yeah.
And right now, I mean, you can buy a ticket for $99, and when we do sell single game tickets for South Carolina, you're looking at a probably $65 charge.
Yeah. So you can buy a season ticket for $99. Yeah. Boy, has the bottom just fallen out here?
Oh, yeah. It's getting a little rough out
If you're in the greater Greenhalgh area, seek cover.
Yeah.
You probably already are, I would say.
My Dread TV won't be working. That's the first day I'm thinking of it.
Good thing you're inside with us here.
Yeah, no chance.
I had something happen to me this weekend, Clip, that was kind of ECU related, ECU football related, and we ran the scenario last week with Coach Houston, talking about scenarios. We had the handshake scenario that actually happened in real life with Donnie today. I get this question all the time. I know you do too, especially now that you kind of oversee the Pirate Club in your duties. You probably get the question all the time, how are we going to be this year, right? How many times a day do you get asked about football? How are we going to be? At least 5 times a day, right?
Yeah.
Am I close?
I get that, and then are we going to beat South Carolina? That's probably the second.
So we had Coach Houston here. I said, look, I'm not coaching the football team. How would he answer that? That's a good question for him, right? He's with him every day. How are we going to be, Coach? So that was my first question to Coach. I said, how should I answer this when people ask me? Because they know we talk football and they know we're affiliated with you guys, but how do I answer that? How would you answer it? So he said, remember his answer?
Yeah.
We're going to be much improved.
We're going to be improved.
Much improved this year.
Bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah. So I was at Bagel Man eating breakfast Sunday with my son. You ever been there? Great spot, by the way. Yeah, great spot.
True still brings me a bagel from there.
That was your old nickname before we started working out.
Bagel Man. Now I'm more of a croissant.
Croissant.
But Marvin Jarman came up, sat down, had breakfast with me. It's like breakfast with the stars when you're eating with Marvin Jarman. So
I figured people should be asking him, not him asking the question.
Guess what? First comment. So, Troy, how Pirates gonna be? He wanted to know. I said, Marvin, great question.
Glad you asked.
I just asked Coach this question. Here's your answer. And he said, sounds good. Then I drove him off to Elm Street when we were done with our bagel sandwich.
There you go.
I tell you what I've seen, and I'm not a football coach, but the culture that Coach Houston's building, like, you can see it now.
There's Ryan Robinson. We were also able to catch up on that day with Perry Owens. We put some ranch on it with the Washington Pampack head football coach. He was an awesome guest. We'll definitely be getting him on to preview the 2021 fall Washington Pampack season. Here's part of what Coach Owens had to say. Put some ranch on it.
Got to ask you the big question, and I wouldn't be doing my job unless I asked this. And I know people are wondering, what are the top 3 items you like to put ranch on?
The first thing you got to put ranch on is ranch is a universal dip. So you got to go with things, number one, snacks. Like for me, I want to have, if I'm having salsa, I want a thing of ranch with it to kind of cut the flavor. So, chip of salsa, chip of ranch. The next thing is, it's kind of a cover. If you get an overcooked piece of steak, like I'm a medium rare guy, if you get an overcooked piece of steak and that thing is dry and it's got a crunch to it and you don't want to offend who's ever made it or whatever and you just want to power through it, you got to throw some ranch on it. And then the last thing is, man, and it makes me weird, is you got to go French fries. You got to go French fries, shrimp, anything fried. Like here in Washington, I go to Backwater Jack's a couple times a week. And, man, you throw some Backwater Jack's ranch on some French fries or some shrimp or anything like that, man, it's going to be a good time.
Wow. Chicken wings not even in the top 3. What an upset.
Shocker. Yeah.
That was a stunner right there.
Parmesan garlic. I'm a Parmesan garlic guy. I'm a tiebreakers guy when I venture to Greenville. So go over there and do that thing. So I can't ruin the Parmesan garlic.
In Washington, he likes to put ranch on it. In Greenville, he'll put some garlic on it.
There you go. Hey, Coach, is that a common phrase? I don't believe I've ever heard the eat your words, put some ranch on it. Is that a thing you've said in the past, or did that just come out that night?
Well, I got to give you a little background on myself. I'm a very eclectic guy. So my parents are in their 70s, mid-70s, so I grew up in an older house. So we were watching TV Land when I was growing up, and my dad was an old pro wrestling fan. And then I stumbled into loving Muhammad Ali. So to answer your question, to eat your words, when he beat Ernie Terrell, and Ernie was calling him Cassius Clay, and he told him to eat his words, call me by my real name, like that stuck with me since I was a kid. So you apply that within, this, professional wrestling thing I watched since I was probably, 4 or 5 all the way up to high school when I figured out it was entertainment. And it just kind of came out. It's like, hey, in my head, and I'm a very, I don't want to say detailed guy, but I think things through in my head while I'm saying that. I put some ranch on it because I was like, I know it probably tastes like something you don't want to eat, for lack of a better phrase on the radio. But I'll put some ranch on it for you, so it'll go down better.
That's awesome.
I was fired up, man. So
that's awesome.
Just speaking from the heart.
I like that. Where does Coach Perry Owens see himself 5 years from now? Where do you think you'll be doing down the road, Coach?
Hopefully doing TED Talks.
we might have done your first one right here, but where do you see? Are you staying in high school football? Do you have aspirations for something bigger and better?
I am an Eastern North Carolina guy. There are very few situations that would cause me to leave Eastern North Carolina. I see myself, number one, having a family with my wife, Mary Kate, and my son, Grayson, and really just looking at my situation and taking it one day at a time. It's hard to go too far, but I see myself as a head coach. I have a dream job, and right now my dream job is working with the PAMPAC and our situation and what we've created. And hopefully at some point we can have a discussion about it. But right now I see myself in Washington. I see myself continue to chase this dream of making Washington a consistent winner and living in Eastern North Carolina. In a perfect world, I'd love to build a house here in Washington or up in Edenton, where I'm from, and just kind of living the coach's life. I want to be, I don't think I'm meant to be the bouncer, the guy who leaves and goes everywhere. I think I'm meant to be a Dwayne Kellum at Southside, or a Harold Robertson at Williamson, or what Jim Bob Bryant was for a stretch at Havelock. I want to be able to create something somewhere and put down roots and leave a legacy. Bob Cody at Plymouth, now known as Washington County. I see myself there,
All right, Perry Owens, he's the man. That was a great conversation. Looking forward to catching up with him again. Thursday on Pirate Radio Live, we talked some college baseball, some ECU baseball with Ben Mintz from Barstool Sports. He was a great first-time guest, and we'll get Mincy back on the show sometime soon. It was fun to talk some college baseball with him, and he gave his thoughts on the Pirates. Talking to Mincy, Ben Mintz on the Fixed NC Live line. Mintz, ECU is a respectable name in the college baseball world. In fact, they, I believe, have the most regional appearances without going to Omaha, and they're still trying to get through that glass ceiling. This could be the year the Pirates are in shape to host a regional. A lot depends on what happens this weekend in that big series we're talking about with Tulane. But as a college baseball guy, Ben, when you hear ECU, what comes to mind for you? Is it a national program in your eyes?
Yeah, well, first thing that comes to my mind is Cliff Godwin, who was working under Mike Bianco at Ole Miss and did a phenomenal job in Oxford and got hired by East Carolina out of there. So I've been following East Carolina since Godwin got hired away from Ole Miss a while ago now. And the thing that I always strikes me about East Carolina is the level of consistency. Every year, year in, year out, East Carolina's always top 10, top 20 in their fight, and they've got a passionate fan base. And I hadn't got to see tons of their games yet, but I went through some of the stats and stuff. Man, they got a couple of guys that can really hit. That Thomas Francisco looks super impressive. And I know that, I just know that year in, year out, they're very consistent. And on the Tulane front, they kind of were struggling early in the year. They got a right-hander named Braden Althoff who's pitching tomorrow night, and he's just on fire. Lately, he was the NCAA Pitcher of the Week, I believe, last week. Houston had like 11 or 12 Ks. He kind of has a weird motion and delivery. It's a little different. I'm sure you'll be seeing it on Friday night. But this Tulane team's red hot. They got a catcher in Bennett Lee who's hitting like 461 right now. Just something insane. So, you look at these the two top teams in the AAC right now. East Carolina certainly had a better overall season when you look at their RPI being top 15. Tulane's still in the 60s, but Tulane's been on fire lately, winning 3 of 4 from Houston, and I think they've won, I believe, 13 out of 14 total. So this is a can't-miss series, and really at the top of the AAC, I expect hopefully the full 50% factored in the atmosphere.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Not as great as it could be, Ben, but it's going to be a fun atmosphere for this series. When you look at the top 25, it is littered with SEC teams. Arkansas, they're at the top, followed by Vanderbilt. Mississippi State is top 5, Ole Miss top 15, and Florida in there, Tennessee. I mean, everybody when you look at Arkansas and Vanderbilt, is there a tier level with those teams and others, or you think everybody's kind of packed in evenly there?
Man, I went to the Arkansas LSU series in Baton Rouge last weekend, and I've watched them play a lot this year, and man, they just hit so many bombs. Their lineup's so deep. That center fielder, Christian Franklin, he's just unbelievable. He's a 5-tool guy, can do anything. But I'm so impressed by the depth of their order. when you think about Vandy, and Vandy can hit too. Everybody talks about Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter for obvious reasons, but they're a team that hits like .315 as well. I do feel like Arkansas is a little deeper than Vandy. Last few weeks, Jack Leiter struggled in his last 3 starts, and they seemed a little more mortal. They lost 3 out of 4. Lost 2 out of 3 at Florida, and they lost the Tuesday night midweek game at Louisville. Obviously Florida and Louisville on the road, very tough. But I kind of feel like Arkansas right now is the best of the bunch. Tennessee's been such a great story. Tony Vitello has just turned this thing around because it's not like they have any real baseball tradition. I mean, their stadium doesn't even seat 5,000 people. And seeing them in the top 5 all year, I expect him to get paid big by their athletic director, Danny White. They're kind of a sleeping, with that fan base and the money they've got, I mean, they could really build something there, and I'd like to see it. But the depth of the SEC is what makes it so special. I mean, I think the SEC is better at baseball than it is football, to be honest.
There's Mincy, Ben Mintz from Barstool Sports. Also this week, Rick Smith made his first Pirate Radio Live appearance in 2021. And boy, it was fun because we had Rick Smith talking to faux Rick Smith, a.k.a. Chandler Honeycutt. That made for an entertaining segment.
This is your first appearance this year. It seems like you've been here more. I guess it's maybe because we've had faux Rick Smith with us all year.
Oh, boy.
And I would like faux Rick Smith to meet real Rick Smith. Faux Rick Smith, say hello to your idol, real Rick Smith.
How you doing?
Real good.
Good. And the fact, hell, I ain't even been on the show all year.
I know.
And
y'all know
I could talk basketball. I could talk baseball.
I played basketball. I played
you
baseball.
coach baseball,
yeah.
Didn't you?
Won about 80.
No, you coach baseball.
Yeah, we coach baseball. Yeah. You're good friends with Frank Martin, ain't that right?
Yeah.
Florida State.
Mike Martin.
That's why he's faux, not real.
Yeah. Guess what? I know his brother Frank.
Back in the day, I was the head baseball coach at Godby High School and won a lot of games. But Mike Martin, who went on to FSU as the head baseball coach, was the head basketball coach. Now, if you wanted to watch something, watch Mike Martin coach basketball, high school basketball. I've seen Mike pick up a chair and throw it out in the middle of the court.
So he did that before Bob Knight did it.
Yeah, he got a technical and was out of the gym.
Speaking of Rick Smith stories, I got something, Troy, real quick. So Holton Ahlers during spring football this year during a scrimmage ran over Blake Harrell on the sidelines, and it reminded me of something. But first, let's hear the Holton Ahlers cut, Shirley, when Holton Ahlers was asked about running over defensive coordinator Blake Harrell during a play.
I don't even remember. It was a pass play, and I just ran, and he was so close to the sideline, and I was looking upfield to throw it, and then by the time I got to the sideline, he was right there. I felt so bad for that, but I mean, I hope he's okay. I don't know. He won, so he'll be fine.
He's in concussion protocol.
Yeah, he probably is. He probably is. No, he's good. They won, so rather got hit than lost. So.
All right, Coach, now I'm testing my memory. That reminded me, didn't you get run over in practice and you had your arm in a sling?
Yeah, I was 69 years old, and I was the D coordinator, secondary coach. They ran a play, the scout team, and I said, hold it, don't run a play. I was talking to one of my corners. Well, the scout team coach ran a play anyway, and my free safety was running full speed.
Was it Lamar Ivy, I think, was the guy that hit you.
Oh, Ivy.
He hit me right here.
He's the one in the picture with UNC with the helmet popping off.
I landed on this shoulder, and I coached the rest of the year with no ligaments in my shoulder, and I had surgery after the season. About 2 months ago, this tooth fell out.
Oh, yeah.
That was the tooth that got cracked.
Look like a damn pirate without that tooth right there.
So,
like the logo.
Implant. I'm getting an implant put in.
That was from that injury?
Yeah, from that injury.
Wow.
Really?
From that injury.
Let me see that again. Wow, look at that. Oh. As Bryce Williams would say, dang.
I really look like I'm from Woodville, Florida.
Yeah. Florida man. There you have it. The week in review. Fun week of guests, fun week of programming, and fun week of Rick Smith and faux Rick Smith talking to one another. That was it's a lot of fun, actually. So another great week of programming on the way next week right here on Pirate Radio. And happy to report that ECU has won game 1 of their series with the Tulane Green Wave, and the Pirates picking up the 12-4 win. Big day for Connor Norby. Hit a bomb, 4 ribbies. Gavin Williams had 9 Ks. And all the big stars showed up for ECU today in their series opening victory. Game 2 of the series coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Game 3 of the series coming up after that tomorrow. It'll be a doubleheader on Saturday and a game coming up on Sunday. So we will be recapping that big series and keeping an eye on what the NCAA has to say next week regarding host sites, regional sites. They're going to name 20 at the end of next week. Hopefully Greenville is one of those. If the Pirates can win 1 more, and definitely if they win 2 more, you'll hear ECU's name called next week. We'll talk to Aaron Fitt coming up Monday on Pirate Radio Live and get his thoughts. He might be at the game. He was tweeting a lot about ECU and Tulane. I think he was at today's game, so we'll have a lot to say about the Green Wave and the Pirates when we talk to him on Monday. Shirley, Chandler, have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you fine people Monday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville.